Hi everybody, and today we're going to be talking about BIDMAS or BODMAS and exactly what it means. It's about the order of operations. It can be confusing, but this video is going to explain exactly what it's about. It's really easy. I hope you enjoy the video. Hi everybody, so let's start talking about BODMAS and about BIDMAS and what these things actually mean. So the first thing I'm going to do is, rather than writing them across on the page, I'm going to write them down the page. And there we go. And I'm just going to tell you what each letter means. And what's really great, that apart from one bit in here, which I'll show you very shortly, everything means the same thing. So B is for brackets. Anything you see in brackets, you do first. Here's the bit that most people get confused about, but O stands for order and I stands for indices. And I have got a video on this channel which talks to you about indices, but that's things like 2 squared and 5 cubed and things like that. Then we have divide, multiply, add, and we have subtract. And that's all BODMAS and BIDMAS means. And the great thing about these things is it tells you what to do first. You do the things at the top first, brackets. Then if you've got any order or indices, you do them next. Then you do divide. Then you do multiply. Then you do add. And then you do subtract. So the best way of explaining this really well is to give you some examples. So I'm just going to quickly sketch up here BODMAS and BIDMAS. Let's just remind ourselves. So we've got the brackets there, order or indices, divide, multiply, add or subtract. And I've drawn a little picture of brackets rather than actually write it out. So let's have a go at our first example. So we've got 6 plus 16 minus 2 times 3, and you may be thinking, oh my, what am I going to do? But it's really, really easy. I'm just going to go through my list. Okay, here we go. Have I got any brackets? No, I haven't, so I'm not going to do anything with brackets. Have I got any order or indices? No, I haven't. Have I got any divide? No, but I have got multiply. So the multiplying part of the sum is what I'm going to do first. And 2 times 3 is 6. Now, everything that I didn't use, I'm just going to write in again. And now I'm going to go through my list. Where did I get to? I got to multiply. So I've got add and subtract left in my sum, and it tells me to do add first. So 6 plus 16, well, that equals 22. And then I've only got subtract left, and I get 22 take away 6 is 16. Now I'm not too worried about you keeping up with the maths. I'm worried about you keeping up with the idea of BODMAS and I'll do all of the calculations. I just want you to see how the order of BODMAS or BIDMAS works. So let's have another example. So we've got 19 plus 4, subtract 20 divided by 2. And again, you might be thinking, oh gosh, that looks really difficult, but it's not, really it isn't. So we look through our order list. There are no brackets, there's no order, but there's that division. So that's the first thing we're going to do. And 20 divided by 2 is 10. Then I write in all of the things that I haven't used. And then, well, I've used the division. There isn't any multiply. So now I'm going to do add or subtract. Well, it tells me to do add first. So I'm going to add 19 plus 4. That gives me 23. I'm going to write in everything I didn't use up, which was minus 10. Then I can do the sum. 23 minus 10 equals 13. How are you finding it so far? Hopefully really easy. Just remember, the BODMAS or BIDMAS tells me the order and how to do them. Okay, I'll just write up my list again. Now let's try something a little bit harder. Now we've got 5 times 9 plus, and then we have a bracket, and inside the bracket we have 6 divided by 3. Okay, well, let's go to BODMAS or BIDMAS. What does it tell me to do first? It tells me to do what's in the bracket. So we're going to do what's in the bracket first. And 6 divided by 3 is 2. Then I'm going to write in everything I didn't use. Well, that was 5 times 9 plus 2. Now I go through my BODMAS or BIDMAS list again. What comes next? Well, there is no order or indices, and the divide, well, I've done that already. I did that inside the bracket. And so what have I got now? I've got multiply. So I'm going to do the multiply next, and that's 5 times 9, which is 45. Then I just add everything that I had left, and there we go, I've got 47. Now let's have a look at this one. Well, again, we're not going to worry because we're just going to do what BODMAS says, but there's a double bracket, but we don't need to have any concerns. I'm just going to do what's in the brackets first. Okay, so let's have a go. And we've got 8 plus 22, that equals 30. And we've got 13, take away 8, that equals 5. And I write those down. And then I put whatever I didn't use, I put that in between them. Well, that was divide. Now I'm left with 30 divided by 5, which equals 6. And let's do some more. Again, writing out my list. And this time we're going to do 35 take away 5 in a bracket divided by 5, and then plus here we go, here is 2 squared, some indices or some order for us to do. So what do I have to do first? Well, brackets first. Okay, so I'm going to do brackets. So 35 subtract 5 is 30. Now I'm going to write in everything that I didn't use. What have I got now? Well, I've got a divide in there, I've got an add in there, and I've got these indices here. I've got 2 squared. So that's what I'm going to do next, and that gives me 4. Again, writing everything that I didn't do, 30 divided by 5 and the plus. Now what have I got? Well, it's divide next, isn't it, on my list? So I'm going to do 30 divided by 5. Okay, that's 6. Then I'm just going to put down my plus 4, and that gives me 10. I think we've got time for one more. So I've got 6 times 3 in a bracket, plus 12 divided by 6 in a bracket, minus 3 squared. And I bet you thought this would be really difficult to do, but it's not really. I'm just going to follow the BODMAS or BIDMAS rules. So what do I do first? Well, I do brackets first. And just because there's 2 of them, it doesn't matter. I just do them separately. Okay, so I've got 6 times 3, that's 18, and 12 divided by 6, which is 2. Now I fill in all of the things that I wasn't able to do beforehand. What have I got next? Well, it's order and indices, and there it is, right at the end, 3 squared. So I'm going to do 3 squared, which is 9. Now I'm going to fill in all the things that I didn't do before, and all I've got left then is plus or subtract. And I'm going to do the plus first. That's what BODMAS or BIDMAS tells me to do. So I've got 18 plus 2, which is 20. Then I do the final bit, which is the minus 9, and that gives me 11. So BODMAS and BIDMAS, I hope you found that easy. I hope you found that it's not difficult at all. You just got to follow the rules. Brackets, order, division, multiply, add, and subtract. Call it BIDMAS, call it BODMAS, it doesn't matter. If you've enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. See you later.